Okay, so when you do next is XML serde. Okay, this practice you do, and next is XML serde and regex serde. XML serde is like when your file format data is the XML file. Okay, and how you can write the file into Hive table. Okay. So you are getting a file as like give example, like this is suppose example of file. Okay, this is the book. Okay, so you can see here the title is there, author is there, country is there. So this book, right, I want to write in Hive table. So how I have to create a table? So I'm using here the XML serde. This is a third party serde because this is a IBM. This is a IBM package. You can see here com.ibm. So this serde jar is available on this link here. We have to download it and to download this jar, and that jar we have to use, and I have to create my hive table command like this, because this hive table command is using, which is defining your, like saying title is a text type, author is there, country is there, company is there, price is there. Okay, so if you have a multiple fields are there, so how can you read those fields from your XML? Okay. And the root tag, the root tag is a book. The book is a root tag. So multiple book tags will be there, right? Book and book ending, and again book starting and ending. And you have all the one. So mm,
Yeah. Arvind, we are unable to hear you.
Still, we are not receiving the.
Now is it fine? Hello.
Yeah, yes, Arvind.
Okay, I joined with the another machine. Okay. Maybe that machine is not restarted last only. Okay. So, so I was talking about the regex, right? So regex is basically I have a log file and I want to the log files I want to write into the log files data. Let me show you the log file how it looks like. Okay. So the log files. So log file data is looks like this. If you see, there is a IP is there. This is a user and identity. Then this is a date time. Okay, the time, and this is the request. This is the request, and this is the status, and this is the size. So they are the seven field. These are the total seven field. If you see, this is the one. This is second, third. This is date is fourth. This the request is five, then this status is 6 and the time and the size is 7. Okay, so these are the totals. This 7 field are there, the same 7 field which I'm showing here, this 7. So I'm using a regex expression and writing this text file data. This text file data I'm writing into the my hive table. Okay, so that I'm going to write in the hive table. Okay, so first we try this XML one, and then I will show you regex. Okay, it's a little slow. So this log files data, this is the log files. Okay, so this is so same process we'll do. We will create a data and we will create a table and then we will write the data into table. Okay, so I will be keeping it data here. Okay, so that I will be using this data to use for the regex. Okay. So I will go to the folder where I'm keeping it all my data. Right? So here I will create a access log one. Okay, some log file name I'm creating. I'm copy pasting this log file data. Okay, and I will save it. Okay, and I will create a one XML also because we have to save the XML. Okay, so these two are the different application. Okay, do different table. Okay, just I'm creating a this one book.xml. So I'm creating a one. I'm creating book.xml file. So I'm creating book.xml. I will write a book data. This is the one record, but it can have more than one also. Okay. So I saved it. Now I start my Hive shell or this Hadoop. Okay. So I start JPS. I check my Hadoop is not running. So I start my Hadoop. So history command. If I want to see any Linux command, I want to check grep command is there. Okay, so grep command I want to check meta store. So I can search it like this service. Okay, like what is a command? So anytime like you want to, so grep you use and put that keyword, then you can search. So Hive service, meta store service. So let's start first the Hadoop. Okay, Hadoop is already getting started. So we have to download this jar also. Right? This jar we need. This jar we have to. So this jar we have to download. Okay, so jar I have already downloaded. Let's see if I have already downloaded. So I will, it is getting hang. Okay, software. So So jar, just check like if my XML is already downloaded, I will not download. So XML, this is the, okay, this jar we can use. So let's start. So So here my Hadoop is started. I start hive. So first of all, what I need to do, I have to add the jar. So I will take the path of this jar. I will, yesterday I showed you for JSON jar, right? You remember, right? I showed how to add the jar in the Hive shell. So same thing we have to do for XML serde jar. Okay. So here is a add jar and jar path. And what is my jar name? This is my jar name. Okay. So once your jar is added, next thing is I have to create this table. Okay. I have to create a table. So this table, are you giving location? No, right? We are not giving the location because this table, we will load the data. It is the same one, 1.0.5.3. Okay, so jar is saying this error is so what is the log?
Okay, let me check this one. Meanwhile, I run this x log 1. So we take Okay, so my table is created. So in this table, I want to load the data, local in path and slash home and test3, the log file name. Okay, so this is my log file name into Apache common underscore log 1 into table keyword we should give also into table. Okay. So this will load the data. So we want to check the data set start from Apache common log 1. This is my table. So you will see data will be writing to this log table. Okay. So we are parsing the log file, and this is basically a regex serde. So regex serde is a way, right? Like basically we have the input format we are defining. Okay. So in the log file, so in the log file, we have the number of fields, right? So these number of fields we are writing to the, so here you can see there is a fixed delimited character is there, space. Okay. So how these fields are separated, like this is a space, right? Like, okay, this is the first field, this is a second field. So these fields are defined. If you see here the data, so you can see here, this is the first column, this is second column, this is the third column, this is the fourth column, and this is the fifth column, and this is the like a status code, the sixth column, and this is the size, seventh column. Okay, so total number of record 8. So these are the 8 records are in the table. If you do the query, like you say select count star table, okay, select count star from your table, Apache common log 1. Okay. Oh, count. So count star. Okay. So you are getting here the count star query. You are getting the total number of record count. Okay. It is running a MapReduce job. It's giving the result to you as a total number of records. Suppose you want to find how many status is 200. I think all are 200 only. But if suppose you have some status code, like some other 400 is there, 40, okay, one is 401. So you want to filter the record. So you know, right, where clause we can use, and we can write a SQL query. So you can do analytics on top of the data. You can find how many record coming from the same IP, right? So group by you can use. So this is the same like a SQL you use in the SQL databases. Same SQL query you can do. So I will give you some exercise on this, like if you have a log data, so what are the analytics points are there? Like what type of analytics you can do? You can find what are the different status code you are having a data for each status code. Okay, what is the size? Like suppose I say how many requests you have the more than 4,000 KBs data. So you can see here like size greater than, and which request, which IPs that you are getting the same request, right? Like how many? Okay, so you can find, right? These are the URLs. Like you can do the analytics on top of the data you can do. Okay, so 8 records are coming. Total number of record count 8. So you can do the queries. So first of all, you have to write the data. You need to understand the serdes. So we are getting some issue in the XML one. Once you get XML data in the table, then you can do the queries on the XML data, right? Whatever data is there in XML. Okay. So this kind of data analytics you can do while you are writing the data into Hive table. Okay. Sometimes this Hive, we are writing the data from the Spark also, right? Because Spark is processing the data and writing the data finally in the Hive table. And then you can query to the Hive table, because Hive is a data warehouse tool. And this data warehouse tool, you can query for historical data. So there are the like data warehousing tools. You have a fact table, dimension table, and star schema, snowflake schema, right? Those are fundamental concept on the data warehouse. So data warehouse, there are many data warehouse tools are there, right? In AWS, Redshift is there, Cloud SQL data warehouse tool, Snowflake is there, Hive is on-premises Hadoop tool, that is also a warehouse tool. So warehouse means where the data is structured. It's like a tabular format data. Why we don't call SQL databases warehouse? Because SQL databases are online transaction processing, OLTPs, and Hive is OLAP, okay, online analytical processing, okay. So Hive is used for historical data analytics, right? So we use as a data warehousing tool, okay. So one more thing we'll see that UDF, okay. So what is a UDF? Okay, so this is a new concept, UDF. So UDF is user defined function. Okay. We know that any SQL queries, we have the functions. There are various types of functions are there. There are the string functions are there, date functions are there, right? Number functions are there, numeric functions, right? Sign, cos, right? Those statics functions are there. There are the various functions are there. But suppose if I say, I want to use some custom function, my functionality is based on my own logic. So if I say, I want to perform some logic and that logic should be my own custom logic, but I want to use that logic again and again. So if you want to use the same logic, you can write your own custom function, UDF you define. You can define your custom UDF. And this UDF function, suppose you say my UDF, some function name I say, my function. And this function can take some parameters or it can return also output also, okay? It depends, right? What is a functional function? Just to take an example, I say, I want to make it some cleanup function. I say my function name is a cleanup. So what type of cleanup I want to do with this function? Suppose I have a one description column in my table. Okay, so description column is there. And this description column, I'm writing a entire like some HTML page content. So you know, right, whenever you are writing any HTML page content, generally this type of data you will get from the click streaming data. So click streaming, you know, this is the concept, right? Whenever you are navigating the website, so your all the clicks, right? You are clicking here, you are clicking here. Whatever click you do, whatever you like, dislike, whatever you do, all are captured. So all are captured by the backend. Website is capturing all your clicks, and based on your click, they are deciding, they are finding your preferences, right? And accordingly, they will send you the promotions, right? Like if particular type of item you are liking more, so they will be sending you the more promotional ads they will send you. Okay, so click streaming is like it's a kind of streaming data, continuous data, streaming data by navigating clicks on website. Okay, and generally this is mostly used at the e-commerce site. Why e-commerce site? Because e-commerce site is you are going to online shopping right on the e-commerce site, and these e-commerce site want to check your whether you have something like in their website or you didn't like anything on their website. Okay, so based on their clicks, even you don't know what is happening in the backend, you don't know, but they are capturing each and everything. Okay, because everywhere you will do the click, you are not just moving here and there, you will be trying to, if you go to the catalog page, so you will click on the catalog button, right? Then only you will go to the catalog page. Once you come to the catalog page, okay, you found some item is there and you click on that item, then you can see more detailed description. So they will get each and everything, right? Even a single click they can get everything. Okay, and they can find all the information whatever you search on the website. Okay, so e-commerce websites, they want to generate more revenues and they want to find are they really the product what they are displaying on the website. So all these are really people are going to like it or not like it, so they are going to find out those preferences. Okay, so suppose this data you got it as a HTML page in your description and you don't want this HTML tag. Suppose there is a one line, suppose there is a P tag is there and there is a bold tag is there and there is a some description is written. This is the item description. Okay, something is written. Okay, and now I don't want this P and B tag. I don't want to this P and B tag because this P and B tag is not for my use. My use is this particular item description and some price. Okay, some is there, right? Okay, some price is there. So I want this part. Okay, so my requirement is I have to clean up all the HTML tags. So what I can do, I can prepare a one list of tags. I know how many list in how many HTML tags I can prepare a list. One Java list I can prepare. Okay, array list I can prepare. Array list. Okay, I can create a list of like a P tag, B tag, all items list I can prepare. And what I can do, I will write a one function there. I will search each and every line. I will search and each and every word. Wherever I find this text, I will replace with the blank. So I will get it, my description column with only without HTML tags. Okay. So because I'm having a list of all HTML tags and I will filter out all the HTML tags and then I will clean the data. So this cleanup function is not a built-in function. This function you created for your requirement. And this function, either you can write code in Java or Python. Okay. So there are the two types of UDFs are supported. Either you can write code in Java or you can write in Python. So first, total 4 steps are there for writing a UDF. First thing is writing a project, writing a Java class, which is extend. Extend means like some APIs, it will extend UDF class, and create a Java class which extend UDF and create a project. So some Java project I create. I'm telling first Java project, like how to create a UDF. Second thing is create a jar of this project. Create a jar of this project. You know already creating a jar of the project, just mav1 clean install. It will create a jar of this project. Okay. We already know, right? In MapReduce, we did the same thing. So till here, we have the same thing, right? We have a project, we have a class, and that class extend UDF, and you write a logic. This logic you have to write, and then you will create a jar of that project. And once you create a jar of this project, then third step is the same like you already doing for other jar you are adding in the session. So add jar and jar name. Add the jar in your session. Fourth step, you have to create a one temporary function. Create a temporary function in Hive shell. now is reusable. Like create once, use many times. Now use in your any SQL, you can use this function. Clear? This is the steps you have to do. So first I told what is UDF. So UDF are the three types. So one is a simple UDF, just a UDF, like user defined function, okay, which takes one value is an input, like some input value, which takes one input value and one output value, return one output, okay, one output value. So here I'm taking an example of this UDF function is taking your description column, some string column text, okay, some string column data is taking, right, which is your description column, okay. So, and it is returning as the same string column data you are returning, okay. So this is the example of this. Another one is a UDAF. UDAF is a aggregate function, user defined aggregate function, so which takes list of input values, like entire column data. Suppose I say I have a employee ID, employee name, salary, and department. So I say I want to calculate the sum of the salaries of department, department wise. Okay. So here I have to use aggregate function. I have to use some function on the salary column. Okay. So already aggregate function are there, but why we need UDAF custom function? Because we want to do not only aggregate, like we have to do some more customization in the function. We can use UDF. So mostly we go learn this. We use practically UDF more, because UDF is mostly our requirement is fulfilled. Already inbuilt aggregate functions are there. We know group by queries we use an aggregate function, sum, average, already there. But more advanced functionality we don't need, so we go for UDF mostly. And third one is a UDTF, user defined table function. So user defined table function is taking your table as input and table as output. Okay. So entire table as the input data and entire table as the output data. So there is a one export function is there, which is converting, suppose array values are there. You know, right? Array, right? Array data type I told, right? So suppose you have a subjects marks are there in the average. Okay, array. And this one, you want to explode it into multiple rows. So explode function will do that. Suppose I say I have a student ID and I have a marks column. So student ID is one and marks is all subjects marks is like array, 3 subject marks. Okay. And these subject marks, I want to display in the each separate line, because I say like it should be converted like this. Like I should have 1, 1, 1. I have 33 is the first subject marks. Second one is a 45 is there. So this is conversion of rows to column, column to row. So I have like a list of values in an array. I want to convert into each different row. I will use explode. Okay. So I will show you how to use the table function. There are many more table functions. This is just an example I'm giving. So these are the categories of the 3 types of UDF, UDTF. So first we'll see how to create our own custom UDF, how to write steps, right? Like how to create a project, how to create a jar of the project, add the jar in the add jar command, create temporary function, and just simply write a UDF, call the UDF in your SQL query. Is clear this one so far? Has anyone doubt so far? Anyone wants to repeat anything? Okay. So everyone has the IntelliJ, right? You already installed IntelliJ, right? Last time I told you have, when you last time practice the MapReduce, right? So IntelliJ is IDE tool you need. So same like for Java project, we will use IntelliJ. So we go to the IntelliJ, our installation, and there I will start my ./idea.sh. Okay. So once this comes, I will show you the code. Okay. So UDF is just a single class. So you have a logic. Okay. So I will show you two UDFs. Okay. One UDF is like I'm converting my name is there, and I will convert into the first letter capital and then make it other remaining letters uppercase. Okay. So camel case, right? There, the first letter should be. So I will write a one UDF is suppose upper one. Okay. And this UDF is suppose taking name. So all small letter is taking. So it will make it like this. Okay. So, and one more UDF will write, suppose I have a one find occurrence function. So find occurrence function taking a two string. First string is a bigger string, like how many words are there. Okay, you have different words. Just I'm giving example. Some set of line of sentence is there, and I want to find how many times is hello in this. So your result is very clear, right? You know 2 times it's coming. So you should get the 2 count. Okay. So this kind of function is not there inbuilt, right? This is not inbuilt function is there. Okay. So these two functions, even this function also we can write, but we have to write some logic. Okay. So I will give this function also. So this function is just we will provide a cleaning of the data, right? So how to find row by row, we will like search our this tag and remove these tags from the description. It's getting slow. Okay, so my UDF function project is this. So project you have to create the same way. Last time I showed you how to create your Maven project, and you have to use the Maven form dependencies. Okay, so you can add the dependencies in the your Maven project, and then you will create a Java class. Okay. So simple Java class, it's a Java class, you have to extend the UDF because UDF is having a one evaluate function is there, and that function you have to override in your class. So when you override that function and you write your custom logic in that function. Okay. So in the, first of all, you have to create your project. Okay. So in this project, you have src main, right? And there is the Java class. Okay. So this is the one function. The class is find occurrence one. So this is the second one. Okay. Let me show you. So you should have the project first, then you have to create a jar. Third step, add the jar, create a temporary function, and use the temporary function in your SQL query. Okay. So sometimes people ask about the UDF, like how to implement the UDF in Hive. So you should know the steps, you should know what is the class we have to extend. So extend UDF class. And this class has the UDF class has the evaluate function, and same evaluate function you are overriding. So if you are taking a 2 parameter, so these are the 2 text type parameter you are taking, and 1 text type of output parameter you are returning. So I have already told about this find occurrence function. One is a bigger string, one is a smaller string. Okay. And what is coming as output, that is a count is coming. How many number of time your word, like hello, hello, hi, hello, and hello. So 3 times hello is there in this particular string. Okay. So it's a very simple logic. In the Java, right, we have to break the string into the array, right? So how to break, right? We already seen in the MapReduce, right? Like if entire line I have to split. So I have to find the space, and based on the space, I have to break the line into number of words. And each word I will match with this word and make it count increment. So it's very, very simple logic. Like whenever you are starting your count 0 in the beginning, and after that you are iterating the entire line, like you are splitting the line with the space, and you are getting an array, and each word you are checking with your this str1. So if you're matching, if your word is matching, you will make it count increment 1. If your word is not matching, you will go to the next word. So like this, you will get finally the number of words count, and this number of word count you have to return as a text type, because the return output should be the text type only. Okay, because text is a type in Hadoop which is sending the data over the network. Okay, it's a serializable type. Okay, so this code you have to write, and then you have to create a jar. So I already created jar like this. So there is a clean install, you can see on the top, this clean install. So when you run this jar maven build, it will create a jar. And once the jar comes in the target, and this jar, you will keep it in some jar folder, and there you can register your add jar command. Okay. And then you will create a one command is there, temporary function command. So you will register your class, this particular class, right? So this particular class you will register as a one temporary function. Okay. So I show you that this jar I copied, because this jar is created from the clean install. Okay. Let me copy this jar. If sometimes it's taking time, so you can use command line terminal also maven install command. Okay, because maven install like you install maven in your Ubuntu. Okay, so sudo apt get install maven, so your maven will be installed. Okay, I have to copy this. Yeah. So I keep it in my jar folder. I think I already copied here. So okay, so this particular jar I will register as a add jar command. So this is the location of the jar. So what command you will use in the Hive shell? Add jar. Okay. Okay, so add jar. So this is my UDF jar. But every time you have to do this. Otherwise, if you keep it this jar permanently in the Hive lib folder, you don't need to do again and again this. Okay. So if you want to just keep it this jar in your Hive lib folder, you don't need to do add jar. Okay. Now next thing is you have to create temporary function. Function name I say my find duck. Any name you can give. This is your function, and I will give my package of my UDF class. So with package, you have to give org.occ, and this is the class name. Okay. What is the package on the top? OCC. Oh, what I written. So this is the mistake. So your class name, your package would be very accurate. Otherwise, it will give you the error. Okay. So now if I want to say select query, select, I say my function name is my find OCC, and I'm giving a one bigger string. I say hello, hello, hi. Second word is only hello. And here is no table, right? It is just select, right? So I don't need to give anything. Okay. But you can apply on the table column also. This is just for testing purpose. Okay. But suppose I have a table. Let's see. You have some table. Show tables. I have a, suppose I say so some repeated things you have to find. Okay. So and repeated means in the same column. One column, you have the repeated value of a second value. Okay. So we will check that which column we can apply. Okay. Mhm. in this URL something is, but it should be a separate word. HTTP is coming one time, okay. So this column is okay. This is my request column, right? Okay. Select. My find OCC. I will take my first column, my request column. So request column is my first column, and I say some hard-coded value. I say in this column, I want to search anything I can say. Okay, HTTP. Okay, so it will show me in which line every row it will be applied. Okay, from Apache common. So every line result you will get separate result you will get because it is applying on the each row. So here is 0, 0 is coming, so it is not able to find properly. Let's see in this request one. I get. I think it's matching or how is matching. Because a space separated word is there, so this line has. So if you want to test it, you can test this logic logically here first in your here in the function. So just test it this function by using the main function. You can test, right? So you can test this logic and then check. We are doing this. Great. We write a main function, control space bar, so your main function will come. So there you can write this logic and check. One more message will come. Here we print count value. Okay, it is getting hang. Okay, I'll show to you. So first you try simple UDF function and one regex you try. Okay, these two things you try. Okay. So Monday I will show you the XML one example. Okay, how to do that XML serde. And we'll see that UDF and UDTF. Okay. So hive is almost right. We have to do two more things in the hive. So then we have to go to next is a scoop. Okay. So if you want to watch some more videos, you can see in the YouTube playlist is there, right? Other playlists you can watch over there. Okay. Or I will give you the other classroom link so you can see the previous batch classroom link so you can see everything. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So any question is there, just ping me and let me know anything is there. Okay. Yeah. Thanks everyone. Thank you. We'll connect on Monday. Okay. Monday we'll connect.
Thanks, Ajay.